Today, I want to talk you through a simple roadmap, a path to launch your digital course in the next 90 to 180 days and collect your first $10,000 in revenue. Let's do it. What's up, digital dads? Welcome back to the channel. And if you're brand new here, what's up? My name's Kerry. I'm the founder of Digital Dads, and I created this channel to help dads escape the 9-to-5 grind and create an online income through a digital course business. Today, I want to talk to you about my system, my path to get your first $10,000 in online course sales. I'm just going to talk to you about kind of how to approach this and some of the steps, and from a high level, what you should be focusing on over the next 90 to 180 days. I think 3 to 6 months gives you a really good time frame to put everything together, to start collecting some leads, plan your launch, and then open your course and make some sales. So let's dive in. I want to start by breaking down the math with you, because if you want to make $10,000 with an online course, it's really not a lot of sales. I would recommend starting with a course that's somewhere between $500 and $2,000. And if you do that, here's what the math looks like. If you sell a $500 course, you only need to make 20 sales to get your first $10,000. 20 sales. If you sell a $1,000 course, guess what? 10 sales get you $10,000. It's not very many sales. And lastly, if you sell a $2,000 course, which is very common, you only have to make 5 sales to collect $10,000. So I think when you set a goal, when you look at it from this angle, it makes it feel a lot more attainable, right? $10,000 is a lot of money, but when you look at it in relation to the price you're going to be charging for your course, between $500 and $2,000, you only have to make a few sales to hit that goal. Let's move into the launch plan. Over the first 2.5 months, what you really need to focus on is building an audience. And specifically, the way you want to do that is by picking one content channel and putting out content consistently on that channel. That could be anything from, YouTube to a podcast to short form video on TikTok and Instagram and some of these channels. Could be writing a blog, right? There's a number of ways to build an audience. And I think the number one question you need to ask when you're trying to decide on which channel to go on is, where is your ideal customer already hanging out? Because they could be hanging out on forums or on blogs, or they might be hanging out on podcasts or YouTubes or in Facebook groups. And you need to think about where they're hanging out to decide where you want to put content. The second question I would ask is, where do you feel comfortable? Do you feel comfortable on video? Do you feel comfortable writing? Do you feel comfortable with just your voice? Do you feel comfortable on a live stream, right? You could go live maybe 2 times a week and build an audience that way. So think about, where is your audience hanging out and where do you feel comfortable, or what medium do you feel most comfortable on, and start there. As far as a content schedule, I would recommend for that 2.5 months that you're at minimum putting out a new piece of content each week. But I would highly recommend, if you want to increase your leads, to put out 2 to 5 pieces of content per week, or maybe more if you can. But I know for a lot of people that's difficult to get 5 to 7 unique videos or pieces of content out every week. So I would try to start with 1 to 2, maybe 3 at the max, to really be consistent with it, because I found that the key to it is long-term consistency. So you really have to commit over the next 2.5 months that each week you're going to put out, let's say, 2 new videos. No matter what, you're going to get those 2 videos out. And if you do that, you will see all of your numbers grow, and you will start collecting leads to your email list. And that's the next piece of the puzzle. Hey, if you're a dad and you want a more in-depth breakdown of this system to build your first online course using the knowledge you already have, I want to invite you to download my free ebook called How to Become a Digital Dad. Just go over to kerryegler.com/book, put in your email, and you can download the ebook completely free. It's about 25 pages, super easy and fast read. And I'll also give you the free audiobook version so you can listen to it if you want. So if you're a listener, get the audiobook. If you're a reader, you can get the text version, but that's completely free. My gift to you at kerryegler.com/book. My recommendation is, when you start making content, when you start maybe making videos or podcasts, that you have a lead magnet ready that you can give to your subscribers or your listeners or your watchers in exchange for their email. So you want to give them a free resource, a free PDF, or maybe a free case study video, or a small free training, or a free mini course. There are a number of different things you can use for a free lead magnet, but the idea here is you're going to give something of value and get them to give you their email address. And this helps you get people off of social media platforms like YouTube and Facebook and Instagram over to your email list, where you can do whatever you want with those emails. You can invite them, you can, market to them as much as you want. It's cheaper and you own it. You're not a slave to the algorithms and those kind of things. So when you start putting out your content, and I think from the first video, the first blog, the first piece of content, that you need to have a call to action in your content. A call to action is just basically where you invite people to do something, to take action, right? It could be a subscribe, a like, or something like that. But I would recommend that that your call to action tells people to go to a link and get the free download in exchange for their email. And again, it could be a free video, a case study, or a PDF, or a cheat sheet, or a checklist, some kind of free resource that gives them value in exchange for their email. And so every piece of content that you put out over 2.5 months, you want to have a strong call to action for people to join your email list and download or get access to your free lead magnet or free resource. Over those 2.5 months, this is going to build up your email list. It's going to build up your bank of leads, and it's going to gather you an audience on whatever content channel you have chosen. The next step, the final 2 weeks, is where you transition to inviting people to a free event. And what you're going to do is you're going to put on a free event where you do some kind of training and you sell your online course. This could be a webinar. It could be a couple-day challenge or a couple-day live training. It could be a free video series. There are a number of different launch strategies that I could get into, but I think live launching your course, especially in the beginning, will yield you a lot more sales, and it will be a lot more powerful than trying to go evergreen. Evergreen is pretty hard, and there is a lot of magic in live launching your course. So you need to probably get some more training and learn a little bit more about launching. But let's say you pick a webinar. A webinar is a 60 to 90 minute live sales presentation where you showcase customer testimonials. Maybe you teach a little bit, and then you open the cart so people can join your program. You say, hey, our course is officially open. It's $1,000. Go to this link to buy. And so the final 2 weeks of your 90-day period, and you could obviously extend this out to 180 days, and you just want to put content out for longer and keep building your audience. But the final 2 weeks are where you're going to invite your email list, you're going to invite your audience, you're going to transition everything over to inviting people to your free webinar or your free event. Lastly, you're going to put together some slides, you're going to deliver some free training, and at the end of your webinar, you're going to invite people to buy your course. And I would recommend that you open the cart for 3 to 5 days, and then you close it down. And remember, if you have a $1,000 course, your goal is that you just need 10 sales to hit that $10,000 goal. And if you do $10,000 in your first launch, that's going to be a very successful launch. And so that's the path. It's pretty simple, right? Put out content, collect leads with a free lead magnet, and then put on a small free event in the last 2 weeks. Invite people to that event, your email list, your followers, put on the free event and open the cart. And that's really the high level look at the path to really collect your first $10,000. Thank you so much for watching today. If you want more content like this, hit the like button and also consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell icon to get notifications when we put out new videos. See you soon.